All right, y'all. So I'm here for Black Ink Crew New York. This is season 6, episode 2. It starts off at 113th. Well, the new and improved 113th. Because Mel, she got the renovations finished, and it looked really nice in there. The walls was like this baby blue color, and blue is my favorite color. So yeah, it looked really nice. And they was joking on Walt about not picking up the rat in last week's episode, and Ted is like, yeah, we ain't got a rat problem no more thanks to me and everything. And Walt was like, I mean, hey, that shit was big as hell and everything. And Mel is like, well, that's the least you could have did after I remodeled the whole shop and da da. And Walt is like, okay, like, do you want a cookie, you want a biscuit, like, I mean, what, you know what I'm saying? Like, just because you the manager, don't be trying to grandstand us and everything. And it's like, y'all know I had Mel's back last week when her and Walt had got into it, because I understood where she was coming from. But this week is like, yeah, I'm with Walt on this. Like, Mel, you doing too much. Like, you letting this shit, get you big headed or whatever. So you need to calm down. For real. So then, Skye and C's, they show up and everything, and he was like, this shit look good, you know what I mean? And he's like, I thought y'all was about to be in shambles or whatever, the way y'all, tried to get me to come back up here and everything. Like, it seemed like everything fine to me. So, Skye is talking to them about, Duchess and, the whole interview situation with her son. I did finally watch his interview and everything. Yeah, what he's saying and what Skye is saying, it don't match up. I mean, I don't know at this point. I also watched Duchess on the Breakfast Club, and, her having receipts when it comes to, like, different stuff between her and C's and everything. It's just a lot. It's really a lot. But anyways, so they like, yeah, fuck Duchess. I can't believe she would do that and da da. You know how they do. So then we have C's and Ted, and they're with their moms, and Teddy looked just like his mom, like smack alike, okay? But they're with their moms and everything, and I think C's mom had made dinner, and he's like, you trying to get me fat or whatever, and his mom is like, no, I'm trying to make sure you healthy and everything, this, that, and the third. And Ted is like, oh yeah, he began some exercise too with them women down there in Atlanta and everything. And his mom had said something about them being big booty girls or something like that, she had said. And then Teddy's mama was like, oh, you being a thought down there, huh? And C's is trying to say he's just testing, he's just testing things out. Like, all these women are his friends, and he's just, testing shit out. And, Teddy is like, I mean, come on, C's has been wilding out lately, and we all know it's because he's still hurt over Dutch and this, that, and the third. So then Ted, he starts talking about his little brother, and how his little brother has been locked up for like the last 3.5 years, in Rikers Island and everything, and he hasn't even been to court yet, hasn't had a trial or nothing. And he was saying that, well, his mom was saying that his pre-trial starts like that next week and everything. And I'm like, pre-trial? Like, what the hell? Like, I just, like, when he was just talking about that, I just felt so bad, because it's like 3.5 years and you ain't had no type of trial, no bond hearing, nothing. Like, that shit is really crazy to me. But anyways, his little brother is facing life in prison on some gang related charges, and like a homicide or whatever. And he's hurt because his older brother is already doing life. So if his younger brother gets life, that's 2 brothers that he pretty much done lost to to the system. But anyway, so we're back at 113th. It's Donna, Skye, Mel, and Walt. Donna is telling, Walt already knows the situation with Max, so she's filling in, Skye and Mel on what Max, did, having the friend calling Donna up threatening her and everything, and of course, they're scared for her, and telling her to be careful. And Skye is even like, yeah, I know that motherfucker Max is crazy, because she remembered from last season when she heard Max on the phone threatening Donna and everything. So next thing you know, Mel's dude, Lalo, he comes in and they go outside, and he, going off on her about like what's this and everything, and come to find out she owed 30,000 and in back taxes. I said, God damn, 30,000. But he Lalo is just being, I don't know, he just rubs me the wrong way. I feel like he always being a fucking jerk. You know what I mean? He's like, what are we supposed to do? Like my child's mother, owing 30,000 to the IRS and everything, and this little job ain't gonna cover it, and da 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 and blah blah blah. Like, what man comes up to his woman's job with all this riffraff? Like, I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. And he really rubs me the wrong fucking way. Like, I don't like him. So anyways, then we have Skye meeting with her mom, and her mom is back on her meds and everything. So their relationship has been getting better ever since, because you guys know her mom struggles with bipolar disorder. And her mom knows about, Duchess having, the son in her shop with Gossip Girl Viv and everything. And, Skye pretty much feels like they're her baby father to, her first son, the son that did the interview. She feels like he's putting some stuff in her son's head and everything. And she, talks about the last time she saw, her baby father, they was good and he was apologizing. And they flashed back to a couple of seasons ago whenever he came on the show where he was apologizing to her and everything. So, like I said, it's just a lot of, different stories going around with that situation. I just really don't know what to, make of it. But, Skye, she was saying that she was in jail, in and out of jail when, her two sons were adopted and everything. And Skye's mom, like she's pretty much, Skye is pretty much asking her mom, like, what really went down when I was locked up and everything. And, Skye's mom is saying, well, I wasn't like the best grandma because, me dealing with, my situation that I'm dealing with. And, I wasn't taking my meds. I was, self-medicating. So, the kids were living with me in a shelter. And I met these people, that they didn't have any biological children or anything. So, they took them. I gave the kids to them. And, Skye is like, well, was it an illegal adoption? And, the mom claims that no, it wasn't. You know what I mean? And she says that it was, that it was legal. And, her mom pretty much gives her, because Skye, Skye's been thinking about going to see her kids and everything, and her mom pretty much gives her, her blessing and tells her, yeah, go, go ahead and see them. So yeah, like I said, just, I don't know really what to make of that situation. I mean, I do remember, Skye saying a couple of seasons ago that her kids was twins, but then she did, admit that they weren't twins and had two different fathers and, blase, blase. So I don't know. But anyways, then we have Cease and Ted going to the doctor because Ted is concerned because, once again, Cease has been wilding out in the ATL and he thinks that Cease might got an STD. So, Ted is telling the doctor all of this, and the doctor is asking Cease like general questions like, has your urine been burning? Have you been knowing like some type of, discharge? And, just, the typical questions that, a doctor would ask. And, he's like, well, do you always use a condom? And Cease is like, well, I don't use a condom when, I'm getting my dick sucked. And so the doctor is like, well, you could get an STD through oral sex too, right? And C's just act like he is just in amazement. Like this is the first time he's heard this information. He's like, yo, where he getting this shit from? Like, I ain't never seen no commercials about this or none of that. Like, this some new stuff. And I was just like, I really hope that he playing it up for the cameras, because if he really did not know that you could get an STD through oral sex too, like, how old is C's again? Ain't he like almost 40 or like or something like that? So you mean to tell me either you are 40 years old or you close to it and you didn't know? I cannot. I really can't. Like, I was just like really in disbelief. I really hope he was playing it up for the cameras. I really hope he wasn't dead ass about that shit. Okay. Anyways, moving on, we're back at 113th. Mel realizes that she does owe the IRS. So she hired a new tattoo artist to bring in more revenue and to, help her with her situation pretty much. So his name is Alex. And he tells them, well, she's introducing him to everybody. And he's like, well, I go by Vagina Slayer. And everybody looking like, say what now? And he's like, yeah, I go by Vagina Slayer. So everybody is cracking up. Even C's was there. He's cracking up too. Mel, the only one that got her panties in the bunch and everything. And she's like, you know what? Get out or whatever. And C's is like, hold on, like chill out. Like he's like, no, man, sit down. And C's is like, I'm gonna put you to the test and everything. So he tells him that he wants him to do a tattoo for somebody. So, Alex, or the Vagina Slayer, his best friend comes in. And, as he's about to do the tattoo or whatever, and they was real dramatic with the shit too. Like, he was about to really slay this shit. His tattoo gun don't work. His tattoo gun don't work, so his bestie is like, well, I'll just, catch you some other time and everything. And C's is like, I mean, what happened? Like, why she walking out? He tells him that, my gun don't work. And C's is like, nigga, what? He's like, you know how unprofessional that is and everything? Like, and, Alex used the old Jedi mind trick on C's. He was like, all them white people that turned you down, or turned you away, made you into the man that you are today, right? Well, I'm just trying to get another chance and all this other stuff. And C's is like, this motherfucker done really pulled the black card. Like, he really did that shit. Like, but he was like, you know what? I'm going to give you another chance. Don't come in here until you have your equipment right. You know what I'm saying? So he gives him another chance, but I was just like, yeah. But Mel, she irritated me because it's like, it wasn't that serious. Like, everybody is laughing. The owner of the shop is even laughing, and you, like, she just, like, she really annoyed me. She really annoyed me. It's like, damn, get the fucking stick out your ass. So anyways, then we have Donna, Kit, and Young Bae. They're going to play tennis. And, to kind of take Donna's mind off of Max, having, relaying the message to, through his friend to, threaten her and all this other stuff. So, Donna is telling them, now I'm dealing with, drama with Max's sister named Maxie. And, she pretty much threatened Donna too and everything. And, Donna was saying how her and Maxie used to be good friends and all this other stuff. But, now that's not the case. So her new dude, Donna's new guy, he comes through and surprises her, with a dog. And I'm like, oh, ain't that sweet. So, then we have C's and Ted real quick. They're going to Ted's little brother's trial, pre-trial. And they come back 3 hours later, and the judge pushed his trial back for like another 30 days. And he was saying pretty much how his brother looked devastated, and I just really feel bad. It's that's really messed up. I don't know what the situation is today with Ted's brother and everything, but I hope that especially if he didn't do it, if he's innocent, I'm really hoping for a positive outcome for him. But yeah, he was saying how his brother looks stressed. He don't look like himself, and there's just nothing that he really can do to, really, help him. And yeah, it's really sad. So then we get to the party, because earlier in the episode, Mel was saying how she wanted to throw a party since they, did all this renovating to the shop. So, sees he comes through to, spray paint Dutch's name out, because, her name was outside in the back or whatever. So he, spray paints her name out and everything. And, everybody is reflecting on the bad memories that they done had with Dutchess and yada, yada, yada. So then we get Walt. He's drunk at the party and everything, dancing and mingling with the ladies. And, he finds one female that's giving him some play. But then she kind of, did some finessing type of shit. And was like, so are y'all hiring? And he's like, yeah, well, we need a receptionist and everything. So he's like, I'm not sure if I'm really authorized to do this, but yeah, you cute and stuff like that. So yeah, pretty much you hired. So then Max's sister comes through with the bullshit. And she comes with some female, I guess, to, be her co-defendant, her co-signer or whatever. And, Donna's like, what is this bitch doing here? So she takes them outside and everything. Maxie, she's like, why you keep on talking about my brother and all this other stuff? And Donna's like, because he's sending threatening text messages. Like, what are you talking about? And Maxie is like, he don't give a fuck about you. You know what I'm saying? And, did I say text messages? If I did, I meant to say messages, not text messages, because he ain't texting nobody up in there unless he done, slid a phone up in there somehow. But anyways, so yeah, and Donna is like, okay, well, if that's the case, why is he sending me threatening messages through other people and this, that, and the third? And she, Maxie trying to say Donna keep on lying on him, and Donna is like, okay, well, did he or did he not used to put his hands on me? And Maxie is like, no, or whatever. And Donna, she trying to come to her, with the as a woman type of shit. And it's like, you can't talk to, this bitch about that, because it's obvious that she's fucking scum like her brother. Because I'm sorry, I believe Donna. I believe that that boy was putting hands on her. Like I said, when they flash back to, last season, when old boy, was on the phone, threatening Donna and this, that, and the third. I believe he was putting hands on her. And for you to sit up here and to be co-signing to your brother's fuck shit, yeah, you just as bad as him. I could never, if I know somebody that I'm close to doing something wrong or doing something out of pocket, I could never co-sign. You can ask anybody that I hang with or that I'm close to. I ain't gonna co-sign to your bullshit, okay? I'm gonna tell you if you wrong, I'm gonna tell you wrong, but I can't make you do right. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, so Maxie, then Maxie gonna have the nerve to say, but you was still fucking him. You was still fucking him. Like, she was really pissing me off. Like, she was really pissing me off. And then the raggedy ass bitch that she had with her co-signing in the back talking about something. But that's her brother. That's her brother. And Donna is like, you know what? I got something for y'all motherfucking asses. Shh. She maced them hoes, okay? Any other time, well, I'm not really one for like macing somebody or using weapons and this, that, and the third. But in this situation, I ain't give a fuck. Mace them hoes, Donna, because she sent up here for one, coming up to your place of employment. Two, coming to your place of employment with the bullshit and co-signing a fuck boy. I don't give a fuck if that's her brother. Co-signing some fuck shit. Yeah, mace them hoes, okay? Cause you don't know what they would have been trying to do. You know what I'm saying? They probably came up there trying to jump her ass. You know what I mean? So I wasn't mad that she maced them. And the fight, of course, the fight broke out and everything. Production had to come through and break everything up, and that was that with that scene. Then quickly, the last scene, we get Skye and she's meeting with her friend Allison. And Skye says how she wants to reach out to, the boy's adoptive mom and everything, but she's scared. And Allison is giving her pointers on how to, converse with the adoptive mother and everything. So, Skye's like, okay, let me call her. She calls her. The lady is really nice and everything, and she agrees to meet with Skye, so Skye can, meet with the boys and everything. And we're going to see that kind of go down next week. Her, Skye going to Texas to, meet up with the boys and stuff like that. But yeah, that was the episode, you guys. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, share. And if you guys seen Dutch's interview on the Breakfast Club, C's was also up there last week. So if you seen that as well, and if you saw the interview with Skye's first son and everything. You guys let me know your thoughts on everything. Let me know your thoughts on Skye's situation with her sons. What you think about Duchess and what she had to say on the Breakfast Club, and C's when he came up there. Yeah, let me know how you guys feel, and let me know how you also feel about this episode. And make sure you guys share here, share there, share every motherfucking where. And I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.